I thought that this time I would kind of show you and explain some of the things that I've been working on in terms of distinct and particular projects that I've started since being here. So I had a few ideas before coming out here, and they've kind of all changed or not totally happened. So one of the big ideas was that I really wanted to do a portrait series like that. I've always done very traditional documentary photojournalism stuff, no lighting, no poses, but I wanted to do like just straightforward portraits of the trainers, and then do another set of them dressed up nice. Partly just because I feel like some people fall into these traps of not really seeing them in any other light. I thought it would just kind of be a fun way of working with them and possibly come up with something that was very simple but very presentable. And so when I started shooting them, I started with that in mind. And when I got the first few in front of the backdrop, I started shooting, and I found myself just getting closer and closer and finding different very particular points of focus, and then eventually getting close to the point that you couldn't see the shorts, couldn't see their fists, couldn't see anything that really showed them as a fighter. You could just see their face, and realizing that for a lot of them there's so much character in their face, and that even with all you can see, you know that they're a fighter. There's something in their eyes. A lot of them have a lot of scars, but you can just tell. They just have so much character and so many stories. And so that's the direction that it went. It kind of just went in that direction organically. I just started to fall in love with those shots, and kind of fall in love with what it kind of meant for me and what it showed about it. And then I also shot the trainers again. I did it a few times, but then again during Tiger has a monthly event, smokers and a barbecue and everything, big party, and the trainers always come dressed real nice. So I shot them again during that night. I did the same kind of thing where I got closer and closer and closer, because I was kind of curious if, again, not being able to see that they were dressed up versus in their tie shorts, if you could tell that there was a difference. It was funny because a lot of them, like when I would tell them to relax, there would be like this slight change. You know, they would drop their shoulders a little bit, fists would go down a little bit, one of their fists would turn into a thumbs up, or and then throughout the night, you know, people, they brought in their families and relaxed much more. And it's fun for me to do. Just I like working with them, and I feel really, really privileged to be able to. And in a similar vein, I had the idea to do portrait style shots of the heavy bags. I've noticed over time a lot of them have a lot of their own character, you know, cracked, broken, wrapped in tape, whatever it may be. And also that for a lot of fighters, you kind of develop a little bit of a relationship with the equipment, and it kind of builds its own personality. And so I like the idea of personifying them even further. And the interesting thing was that I found myself going in the same direction, just getting closer and closer and closer, to the point that you shouldn't necessarily know that it is a bag, but you do. It still gets that feeling. And in the end, I think that I want to, I'll combine the two, because both these projects, I think it's interesting, kind of took on the same exact life. They took on the same tone. The one thing is that I want to make it really clear when I put them together that I'm not objectifying the trainers, but rather personifying the bags. It's not entirely it. There is a number of other things that I'm working on, but that's it for now. This is my last week at Tiger, and then I head up to Buriram to Camp Lukchimnasatong for 1 week, where I was last year for a bit, and where a lot of my work has come from. But I go home in only 2 weeks, so things are wrapping up, but staying very busy. I'm going to do one more of these before leaving Tiger. I plan to kind of try and relay a little bit about what it's been like to be at a camp that, by many, for better or worse, is considered, say, a tourist camp. Why it's very honestly been not exactly what I expected, but I'll explain more of that next time. So thank you again for watching. Thank you again to Fury Magazine for hosting this and encouraging me to do this. Check back soon.